How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Sense by Sean. I'm joined here with my lovely friend Kaihlynn. Why don't you go ahead and say hello?
Hi, guys.
This is Kaihlynn. So she is here going to check out a few different fragrances with us today. So the topic we're going to be tackling today is going to be originals versus clones, or certain perfume houses' take on certain fragrances. So we're going to have her actually do a little bit of a blind test. So we are going to have her sniff the original fragrance. We have the dry downs ready for us here, so we're not going to be spraying anything in this video. And then we are going to have her sniff the clone, or actually they may be in a different order. So I'm going to try to throw you off a little bit. Everything won't be original then clone, or clone then original, because I want some honest opinions. So this is going to be a video that kind of gives you some value comparison. If these originals are worth all the money that they're hyped up to have, or if you can get by with the clone and have a lady's opinion be pretty similar. So we're going to jump into the first one, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we are here with our first fragrance. So I'm going to have her go ahead and get her nose on these before I show you what the fragrance is. So go ahead and smell that one here. Give me your thoughts on it, just whether you like it or not, if it's something you'd like to smell on a man.
It's super light.
It is.
I really like that.
Absolutely. These are going to be good for like the office. These are going to be good for fresh summertime, springtime.
It's not like underpowering, like in a bad way, but it is definitely super light. It's not something that a man would walk up to you and be like, oh my goodness. Like,
yeah, okay. Now here's the second one, so go ahead and get your nose on this. So that's your first. They should smell similar. These are kind of colognes. Similar. Yeah.
I like the first one better, though.
The first one better. Okay, so let's take a look here at which one you chose. Okay, guys, so before we get her final verdict, these are takes on different fragrances, obviously. Our first one here is going to be Dior Sauvage. Very well known summertime, springtime, fall, winter, all season, office, date. I mean, anytime. Dior Sauvage is well known to be worn literally anytime. So Dior Sauvage, this is the Eau de Toilette version. This is Montaigne Parfums. I actually have a review on this fragrance alone. I'll link that up above. So Montaigne Parfums, this is La Salle de Nuit. This is their take on Dior Sauvage. So give them one more quick smell. You picked this one, I believe. Let me know. Make sure that's your winner.
Yeah.
So is there a reason you like it better than the other, or just because?
The second one, there's something about it. I can't pinpoint. There is like a certain trace of a smell in it that I don't particularly like with the second one.
Okay.
The first one, I think that the clone, I think that they just got rid of that little thing that I'm smelling the trace of.
Okay.
I think that could be it.
So the one that you actually chose was Montaigne Parfums. This is the clone of Dior Sauvage. My take on this one is it is much more citrusy. If you smell them both again, this one, they both contain a note called bergamot, which is like a sweet, citrusy kind of note. And this one is much more of the bergamot heavy. So if you like citrus, if you like more of the fresh citrus side, I would go with the clone, the Ciel de Nuit. If you prefer the original DNA and you want something less citrusy, Dior Sauvage. But our first one, we're going to put a little counter down on either side of clones versus the originals. The first point goes to the clone of Montaigne Parfums. Guys, check this one out. All links will be down in the description, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the second spot. All right, guys, so we are back with our number 2 spot. So we're going to give you your first and your second here. What do you think of these two?
These ones are a lot more different than I thought they would be.
Okay.
Because they're supposed to be super similar. That's kind of the idea. But these ones are definitely very different in my opinion.
So these ones, guys, she is smelling a classic, a favorite of tons and tons of guys out there. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. This one here, as I'm sure a lot of you knew this was coming up, this is Cuba Gold. So Cuba Gold is a very well-known clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. And the reason it's so well-known is this guy here retails for between like $60 and $70 for a 100 ml bottle. This retails for $6.99.
Oh, wow.
So it's unbelievably cheap for the fact that it's a pretty similar quality. What do you think of the two, and which do you have your winner for?
This one is definitely the winner. I feel like it is a bit stronger. Me, personally, I like a really strong cologne. Like, I like to be smacked in the face when a man walks up to me. That's not a very popular opinion. But.
Sure. Okay. So you like strong scents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So your winner today is the original Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. It's, in my opinion, it is better than Cuba Gold. In my opinion, though, it is really, really similar for saving you $50 to $60.
Yeah.
The big difference that a lot of people will say between these two is that the clone, the Cuba Gold, kind of lacks like that peppery masculinity. This one, a lot of people call it very powdery. Give that one more smell now than me saying that. It's very feminine, it's very powdery, while this one has a little bit more masculinity to it. So we are tied at 1-1. Her favorite for this one was the original Jean Paul Gaultier. We are going to jump into the third spot. All right, guys, I'm really excited about the number 3 spot because this is a fragrance that is unbelievably well known by the community and costs a pretty penny if you want to buy it retail. So go ahead and get your nose on those two. We have got Creed Green Irish Tweed. This is that gentleman green rolling around in the hills of Ireland is kind of what it's like inspired by. It's supposed to be unbelievably fresh, unbelievably gentleman-y. What do you think of these two? What do you think of the scent overall, first off? Do you like it?
It's okay. It's definitely not my favorite. There's one that you can definitely see the goal that they were trying to get to with that whole Irish thing, and like, I can't tell which is which. I feel like it's this one, like they were going for their goal a little bit more, like they got it more on point. I think I like the scent of the other one better, however. Well,
that's the point of this video, is which one do you like better?
Yeah.
So the cologne is actually another Montaigne Parfums. This is just a small decant. I haven't pulled the trigger on a full bottle yet. The first one you smelled with the Dior Sauvage. You also picked Montaigne for the Dior Sauvage. This is their take on Green Irish Tweed. So get your nose on both one more time. Which do you like better, first off?
Definitely this one.
And now which did you say you thought was the clone? Or which one did you say you thought was made better? I believe that's kind of how you put it. But you liked one better differently.
This one was definitely closer to the goal that they were trying to get to.
But you like this one better.
Yes.
Got it. So the one that you enjoy better is the original Green Irish Tweed.
Really?
The original Green Irish Tweed. I think the reason you may have thought they achieved their goal better with the second one is it's more synthetic ingredients. Creed prides themselves on very natural, very holistic ingredients. And that's why it's kind of interesting, because Creed experiences batch variations between their fragrances. So if you get a 2017 batch and a 2019 batch, they're going to have like significant differences in how they smell, because their ingredients change over time because they're natural. They don't use any synthetics. While, of course, the clones are going to try to replicate this as close as they can synthetically. So it's interesting, though, that you prefer the original, so you must like the more natural way they do things. So, guys, it's 2-1 for the originals. It's looking good for the strong original formulations of these fragrances, but we've got 2 more to go, and we'll hopefully have a tiebreaker here at the end, so stay tuned. All right, guys, we are on to the number 4 spot. There is your first one, and your second. So she was over at the house a while back, and I was having you just smell some of my different ones in my collection, and you told me you liked this one a lot. So this will be a really interesting test, because we already know you like this fragrance. Now, can you save some money by getting the clone and still kind of fool your nose? So what do you think of the two?
I like this one better. I don't know if I could give you any specific reason.
For why it just hits your nose nicer?
Yeah.
So guys, we are talking about 1 Million Lucky by Paco Rabanne. Paco Rabanne 1 Million, the original, super well known. It was popular as all get out in the 2010s era. It was like a clubbing, loud, notice me, sweet, playful bubblegum fragrance. I like 1 Million Lucky a lot better. It tones down that bubblegum sweetness and is just much more manageable. The clone is by a clone group that's been getting a lot of hype recently. They are called Sensual Obsessions. This is their formulation of 1 Million Lucky. And again, every clone house mentioned will be dropped down in the comments. So smell this one more time and give me your winner.
I think I like this one better because it smells a little more popular, if that makes sense.
More popular. Just more likable. Cool. So for this one, you did also choose the original of 1 Million Lucky. So 1 Million Lucky, guys, it has a hazelnut note right at the top. It's super likable. It's sweet, but it's a clean sweet. It's not so sexy, so flirty. Look at me. It's much more like wearable. You could wear it anywhere. Rather, 1 Million is really like club date only. If you wore the original to the office or out on a hot day, you'd get some weird looks. But this one's much more wearable, guys, and it's my favorite of the two. So the original, we are at 3-1. So we'll see if the clones can make a comeback on the last one. And just stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, so we are on our final spot. We have got 2 more for you to get your nose on. There is the first and your second. This one I wouldn't call, this one has a little bit of an asterisk next to it because it's not an exact clone. People say this fragrance smells like the other one I'm going to show you here. So never has it been like, no, this is a clone of this. People just remark that, oh, this one smells very, very similar. So do you like it, first off?
Yeah, I would say I do, kind of. I'm kind of in like to the Hollister colognes, like younger guy. Like,
you like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more mature. So
absolutely.
The original of this is going to be Yves Saint Laurent. Have you ever heard of Yves Saint Laurent?
Yep.
They make purses, cosmetics, clothes, all stuff like that. So this is Yves Saint Laurent. This is the original La Nuit de l'Homme. Not the original, but the one that the house is most known for. This is loved in the community. People love this one. And the one that is told to be smell really, really similar to it is Halloween Man Shot. Halloween Man is a very popular cheapie. This whole bottle can be found for like $22 online. It's very, very inexpensive. And a lot of people say the Halloween Man Shot, which is one of the flankers of the original Halloween Man, smells like La Nuit de l'Homme. So what are your thoughts between the two? So it's not your favorite of the list. But between those two, which do you like better?
I'm gonna be honest. In this hand, this one smells pretty cheap.
Okay, it smells cheap.
I'll be real.
Okay, interesting.
It does. It smells like, we said this about a previous scent, but it does smell a little bit powdery in my opinion.
Okay, well both of these, I will say you're on to that because people will comment that this is a little powdery.
Yeah.
So that's definitely true, regardless of which one you pick.
But this one, it's
like
more
cheaper.
Severe.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely,
okay.
this one is a lot
So
stronger.
This is your winner down
yes.
here, this guy. Okay, cool. So your winner is the original La Nuit de l'Homme. So we are at 4-1, guys. So La Nuit de l'Homme, date night. It is just a wonderful winter. It literally means night of the man. That's what it translates to in French. So it translates to nighttime, date. Look at me. It's a little more flirty than some of the others. It's a little bit more sexy. It's one of my absolute favorites. I've worn it forever. It's super good. It's super good for dates. Guys, so we're at 4-1 on the clone. So we are going to get all of this put away, and we're going to kind of come back with a verdict and talk about our findings. So stick around. All right, guys, so we are back with our findings. So 4-1 was your finding. So you tended to stick with the original formulations of stuff. So, but would you consider it close? In your honest opinion, would you have thought any of them were like one maybe was a 9, one was like an 8.5, or were some of them like really far apart?
There was one, I can't remember which one, but there was one that was significantly different, but all the rest, they were pretty similar. You could definitely tell that they were trying to get close to the original formula, but some of them just didn't quite get there.
Okay. Yeah. Now that's also an interesting point to make because out in the real world where you're just smelling this on somebody, not with 2 test strips in your hand, some of these you probably would have just liked and said were pretty good. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. The original formulations of things are going to tend to be a little better, are going to tend to be more likable. That's why they're so popular. That's why they're sold so well. But clones are interesting, and I think they're worth checking out, and I like to do these kind of comparison videos because there are people out there who swear by clones and saving money and buying other formulations of stuff because they think reactions are pretty similar. So I want to thank you for coming by and being on the video. I hope you had fun and maybe found some cool fragrances that you will enjoy in the future, and maybe get Alex if you were thinking about a gift or anything. Maybe you'll have some come see me and I can help you out. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed having Kaihlynn on the channel today. Hopefully you guys got some insight on clones versus the original formulations, and maybe it's changed some opinions you have, or maybe your mind's unchanged. But let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of today's video, what you thought of the list and what I picked. All of the clones and all of the originals will be linked down below, so you're able to jump on and pick up any of these or get some more information on them. You've been watching Sense by Sean. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.